Good morning. Okay, so there's no food vlog for yesterday, Sunday. Um, we went to church, and it was the first time we've been to church in um we missed 3 weeks, and then we got to go to church. So it was really nice. It was good to see everybody. It was a good day to go. There was a lunch afterwards for Christmas. We got to give out our gifts. It was lots of fun. And then we took the kids to a surprise ballet at the Nutcracker, and that was fun. My oldest has been in ballet. In fact, one of these videos from last week has her winter concert in it. But and every winter they do excerpts from the Nutcracker because she does dancing. She does ballet dancing with the New Orleans Ballet Association. So they do excerpts from that, and so we've gotten a chance over the last couple of years to see different dances from the Nutcracker, both adapted to stage for the kids and the pre-professional ballerinas come in and do some dances. But we've never actually watched it beginning to end in real life, IRL. So we actually, I had taken the children to the ballet twice, and we did not get the experience they wanted. They really wanted a story type ballet. One time it was like this electro mod, like African funk hybrid ballet, which was a really cool experience, but they were looking for something different. And one time it was just excerpts from different like lyricals and different types of dances. So I was really excited because my oldest has had me sit on the couch and watch the Nutcracker at home. I have to say this. I have never really been able to watch it or enjoy it like that, like a ballet on TV. But watching it in person was so much fun. They had a great time. It was a great little production done by the Jefferson Parish Theater or something like that. I don't know. I'll put the link just to let you guys know. But it's like a little local theater group who did the ballet, and it was absolutely stunning. I loved it. So we did that, and then we came home, and it was late, and there was a lot of cooking and stuff to do. So I didn't blog because I didn't actually have breakfast. It was coffee, but it was a crazy race to get out of here with all the gifts. Lunch was a plate of food that I grabbed, and I have to say, and I'm really proud of my wife and I both, because the church spreads are always amazing. They're plentiful and amazing, and I had a little plate of food, and it was like, all right, and she had her plate of food, and was like, it wasn't like any overindulgence like normal, so that was really fun. And I think it was the day of eating really clean on Saturday, which is going to happen again today. So I have my list of things to do. I am, of course, vlogging, of course, and I am currently having my coffee. And then I have like laundry to do and dishes to do, and look, I have my list. I'm going to prep a bunch of greens that are sitting on the counter that need to be cooked up, which is going to make things easier because then I just have the greens done. I'm going to actually cook some mixed grains as well, so that all I'm really dealing with is proteins and adding a little bit of fresh to it over the next couple of days. I'm going to plan a menu, and I have to sort out Christmas menu, because last year for Thanksgiving was the first time that my family didn't do anything. And we wound up having Thanksgiving. We prepped a Thanksgiving dinner because we thought it was just to be us, and at the last minute we had a friend invite us, and so we went there, and it was really nice. And the next day we had like a family Thanksgiving, just the four of us, and it was just really nice to have that type of spread. And we did it much smaller scale. We don't do like full blown feed an army for 4 people, but that kind of dinner setup with our family. So that's what we're doing for Christmas dinner. We're doing a duck and a ham. and just everybody's favorite side dishes are going to be there. So my wife asked for mini potatoes. Um, my youngest asked for macaroni and cheese. My oldest wanted the ham with brown and syrup rolls. So that's happening. We're going to do a little bit of baking. We have these things. Everybody's going to get individual cakes. Um, and what else? Ooh, I have some eggnog gelato coming. So it's going to be very Christmassy, and even though it sounds like a lot, and it will be a lot for 4 people, it's going to get broken down, frozen, and passed on and stuff like that. So that's fun. Um, so that I have to work with that menu. I also have to place my order for Christmas Day. They're going to deliver on Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day. So that I'm going to do, and I have to sort presents. Santa duty is calling. So that's what my day is going to be, and you're going to see a lot of it as I vlog it. But really, I was coming here to talk to you about the fact that we went to the Nutcracker and that we didn't go to, that I didn't vlog, and to talk to you a little bit about what Good Eggs is. Good Eggs, I think I briefly talked about it. I'm going to tell you the best that I can understand it. So do with it as you will. Somebody else was like, oh, we have a program kind of like that, but you have to work at the farm. There are some co-ops in the area where you you sign up for weekly produce, and the trade-off is or I think they actually did monthly for a while, but it might be weekly now. The trade-off is you work in the garden or in the on the farms. And it goes like, if you want it for free, you have to do like 18 to 20 hours of work if you per week. If you want it for the less you work in the garden, the higher you pay. The thing is that it was never really something that I could do. To schedule time to go work there, or to afford the inflated price of not working. So that never really worked out for me. And also the neighborhood that the gardens that was offered in, the neighborhood itself was not necessarily bad, but the area you have to travel through was pretty rough. It's pretty rough. We have to travel through it pretty much to go anywhere, but you know, the least, I don't know, it's just not a comfortable situation to be taking kids into and stuff. Anyway, so that being said, they have the French Quarter. It has an amazing farmers market. The prices are a little hefty because you are in the French Quarter, and they can sell it for more. People are going to buy it. And then they have like Whole Foods around. They have good food. They have good produce. But really, in my immediate area, the produce that's available, you can get like produce off the side of the street. People selling oranges and tomatoes. Sometimes you can get different produce off the side of the street, but not. You have to find it and have cash on you, and they have to happen to be there. There was, I don't know if it's still there, an open air market that was set up every Saturday, and I was really excited about it. But then, when we got there, it was like pitiful. It was not worth getting up that early. It was not worth going out there, and it was really just kind of unfortunate. So I had kind of given up, and then I found this place through a friend. She posted about it, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I looked into it, and what Good Eggs does is they are kind of like a co-op, kind of like a online grocery. It's kind of like a blend, and it is local foods. They do bring some stuff in from like small farms. It's not mass produced. It's not giant commercial situations. It's very small farms, but they do have some. But for the most part, all of the produce, all of the grains, all of the baked goods, most of the stuff is coming from New Orleans and maybe 3 to 4 hours away, like up north. Obviously, there's not 3 to 4 hours out into the Gulf. You'll be in the water, but there's food coming from there too. That's where the seafood comes from. So it's basically like a 3 to 4 hour round ball. That what you do is on day number 1, you placed your order before midnight. Day number 2, if you have baked goods, they get baked. If you have, produce, it gets put together. Like there's a constant, almost like a route, a trucking route that they are picking stuff up on. So they bring in what you want into what's called a food hub, and then from the food hub, they put it out for delivery or out for pickups all throughout the area. So it's really an amazing thing. It's basically like being able to go. The prices are higher than the cheapest produce you can find, like in Save a Lot or Walmart. But it's obvious it's going to be higher than that. But it's much better food. But they are lower than like if you bought all organic foods from Walmart. We have Winn-Dixie's in the area. The prices are about comparable to Winn-Dixie produce. Maybe slightly higher, but the food that you get fresh tastes so different. The amount of flavor in the fresh food. And this is something I talked about a lot when I had the chickens, and I showed you guys years ago the difference in the chicken eggs and everything. It's so different when you have fresh food. And I told my wife when we were breaking it down, I was like, it smells like my grandma's house. My grandma was from Mississippi, and they always had land out there. So her family would come in, and whenever they would come in, they'd bring whatever it was that was growing at the time. They'd bring bunches and bunches of it. So she would always have these all these beans or greens. It was always so fresh, and there's just this smell, and it's just so interesting, And the other thing is that this is what we did, and I felt so crazy and silly doing it, but this is what we did. I ordered a bunch of green bags and green storage containers, and I will show you those when they come in. That's my Christmas present from my mother. Because with the increased produce, I really want to keep it as fresh as possible, to really get the best use out of it. But we were we have all this produce spread out in front of us, and I'm like, what is this, and how do you store it? And so I was Googling how to store onions, and they're like, green onions. They're like, really the best way to store green onions they're still live. So you stick their root in water and you let them be in your windowsill, and they are there, and they are happy, and they are firm, like they haven't gone limp. And I just changed the water out. So it's really neat because I have a plant in my windowsill and I get to use it. And then it was like, how do you use, a lot of things are in water in the refrigerator, like stems and roots are in water and covered with a plastic bag, and it's been fun and interesting to figure it out. And how do you cook these? I never really paid attention to my grandma making greens, so I didn't really know what to do, so I had to Google it. And it's crazy because my wife has eaten greens from a can for a couple of years now, and I know how disconnected we are to our food. And I've talked about it before, and I've blogged about it before, and I feel like I'm even more aware of my food than the vast majority of people. I think a lot of us here on this journey are. But having these farm-grown, straight from the ground, straight from the farm, bundles of produce really highlight how disconnected I am. And it's like I'm so happy and thankful for the blessing of being able to put my hands on it and to break it down myself and to really learn about it. And I'm planning on taking the kids to tour the food hub in January, and then to start taking tours of the different farms around here. I just feel like it's so important. And I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about the fact that my wife and I want to go move to the country and have land and stuff, and I think that dream was just boosted. It's like I want to grow this stuff. I want to have my chickens again. I want to have our own meat. I want to do that because it's just a better way to live. And I can't wait. And I can't wait. We've been looking not to move anytime soon. Our ultimate goal is probably to go up north / Canada, but for now, there's the goal just to get to the country. So we have been looking again, no time soon, but to get to the country. Um, it's just so different, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so awesome to grow our own food and to really put our hands on life. So it's been exciting. The foods that have been coming out of my kitchen have been inspired, which is really what I wanted when I found the service. I was like, I think that this will inspire me again. Like when I first found fresher food and I wasn't eating all the fast food. I was so happy and so excited every time I cooked something, and I really feel like that's coming back, so that's exciting. Um, so hopefully we can stop this trend of slowly gaining more weight and we can reverse this. That would be lovely. And okay, I'm going to go get my list started, keep vlogging, and I will talk to you guys later.